Hi, Kitty. All right, I deserve that.
Get out of my house!
That should show him. Are you feeling better about this, Kitty?
Absolutely.
Good. I'm feeling much better too. That's the way you should have treated Eric all along. Cue the intro. Hello, my friends, and thank you all for gathering here today. First off, I have a few questions to ask you. Do you like the idea of Kitty and Eric becoming a couple?
No!
Then I am sure that you've come across somebody, whose name I won't mention, trying to throw the Kitty and Eric relationship in your face. Do you like that?
No!
And if you ship Dudley and Kitty as a couple, are you going to stop shipping them because one person tells you to?
No!
Good. Because that's what my answer to those questions also are. And today, I am here to talk about why the Kitty and Eric relationship would not work. That is why you are all here today, right?
Correct!
Then here we go. When the show Tough Puppy began airing in 2010, there were a lot of people who saw Dudley and Kitty as being a couple and assumed that they actually would become a couple. There would be cases in which one character would do something bad to the other and later feel bad about it. Like in the episode Cruisin' for a Bruisin', Kitty wanted to have some alone time, but Dudley kept insisting that they do something together. By the sound of that, I would assume he was in love with her, but Kitty decided to make up a lie that she was pretending to be relaxing, as there was a bad guy to catch, so Dudley went around the ship to look for the bad guy, so as to give Kitty some time on her own. And later she felt bad for lying to Dudley and said sorry to him. But then we come to the episode Forget Me Mutt, which is the episode where Dudley gets amnesia and thinks that he's the last person he spoke to. And when he thinks he is Kitty, that is when he shows up.
The horror! The horror!
But at this point in the series, he isn't given a name or speaks. He's just referred to as the water delivery guy. And we see Kitty give him her phone number. You think that was pretty smart of her? Giving her phone number to a complete stranger?
I don't think so.
In his next episode appearance, Dog's Best Friend, which was actually the first time I personally saw him, because I saw the episodes out of order, but who doesn't? And in this episode, this was the first time in which he did speak.
I was finally going to ask Kitty on a date.
When I heard him say that, my ears just dropped for a moment. I couldn't believe what I had heard, and I'm sure a lot of you guys were shocked at hearing this too, weren't you?
Yep.
His next appearance was in Diary of a Mad Cat, where Dudley accidentally emails Kitty's diary to everyone in Petropolis. And when Birdbrain read her diary, he knew what one of her weaknesses was. And we also hear his name for the first time.
Eric! The handsome water cooler delivery guy at TUFF. Agent Catchwell has a secret crush on him.
And of course, he also appeared again in Till Doom Us Part, the two-parter where Dudley and Kitty pretended to get married to lure Snaptrap and the Chameleon into a trap when they had been robbing from weddings.
Worst play I've ever seen!
And this, thankfully, was the last time Eric appeared on screen. but sadly not the last time he is ever mentioned, since Kitty does mention him in the episode Mutts and Bolts. No, I said Mutts and Bolts, not Nuts and Bolts. Sorry about that. And in Tough Sale, where we actually find out that Eric has a brother named Derek, who I actually like more than Eric. Now personally, I don't think that Eric was meant to appear for only this amount of episodes, as I believe there were some episodes of the show that we never saw air.
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at the episode list. I remember that for some time, these episodes were listed as coming from different seasons than what the DVDs suggest. The Season 1 DVD ends on the episode pair of Lie Like a Dog and Cold Fish, while the Season 2 DVD begins with Pup Daddy and Candy Canine, and ends with Girlfriend or Foe and Scared Witless. The first two seasons had a total of 26 episode pairs each, while Season 3 only had 8. But I have reason to believe that because Season 3 only had 8 episode pairs, there are 18 episode pairs that were in production, but either were never finished, were aired, or even both. Not that anyone would want to see an unfinished episode air.
What? What are you saying?
I'm saying that I think there was a little secret that Eric had, but the show didn't run long enough for us to find out about that secret. Let me explain. In the episode Halloween, there is a supervillain who had kidnapped the world leaders. The thing is, we never find out who that villain is, because after this one scene, the kidnapping of the world leaders is never mentioned again. Then, until Doom Us Part, Eric reveals that he was actually quite rich and that he only took the job of being a water delivery guy so he could see her more. So why didn't he just get a job as a TUFF agent? He'd be closer to her then, but that's besides my point. The point here is that why did Eric wait until now to reveal he was rich? Second, I know that he says that he had been working up the courage to ask Kitty out, but he already tried that back in Season 1. Also, in Mutts and Bolts, when Dudley got the ability to see the future, Kitty asked him if she would ever marry Eric. Of all the things she could have asked him for, and she had to ask that.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
This is serious.
I know. This really is the world's smallest violin. See?
But anyway, when Dudley is about to be struck by lightning again, he says that she will get married to Eric, but that there was something he was going to warn her about. But he is struck before he can respond. And personally, I think that this was meant to foreshadow something. And I'm about to tell you what I think was going to happen. I personally believe that TUFF Breakup was not meant to be the series finale. In fact, I think it actually was the 3rd season premiere. Now, I did actually write my own fanfiction of what dirty secret Eric had up his sleeves. So if you want to check that out, I'll leave a link to said fanfiction in the description below. But for the finale that I think we were going to get but never did, I think that the series finale was going to be a 2-parter, and that it would begin with Dudley and Kitty getting a call from Eric stating that he was in danger. At this point, Kitty thinks that she is closer to getting married to Eric, while Dudley is beginning to wonder if Eric is the right man for Kitty, and begins to wonder if she's more than just a friend to him. Now, I know that Butch Hartman himself had said at one point that he saw Dudley and Kitty in a brother and sister-like relationship, but I think that he also said that they were going to be a couple, and I think that he did plan to have them become a couple, and if he ever did plan on that, he should have kept that plan. Getting back to the episode, what would then happen is that Dudley and Kitty go in to try and save Eric from this mysterious villain, whose name they don't know at this time. One of those episodes where the main villain is hidden, similar to how the villains for the episodes Chili Dog and Big Dog on Campus were both hidden, but were actually in plain sight. They would appear, but it isn't until the end of the episodes where they're revealed as the bad guys. And I think the same case would go for Eric. Eric would capture Dudley and Kitty, would reveal his true intentions, then proceed with the plan that he had, now that Dudley and Kitty were out of the way. Now, whether or not Eric actually had an interest in getting married to Kitty, or if it was just an act the whole time, I am not sure. But at this point, Kitty would feel guilty of liking a man who turned out to be a hidden criminal this whole time. When Dudley and Kitty escape, Dudley tries to calm Kitty down and help get her confidence back. Kitty would then decide to forget about how she felt about Eric before and proceed to the arrest. After beating Eric and having him sent to prison, Dudley would admit that he actually liked Kitty as more than just a friend, and actually felt a bit jealous over Eric. And Kitty would then realize that the man of her dreams was with her the whole time. It was Dudley. Now, Dudley and Kitty admitting their love for one another would be enough for a satisfying ending. If they wanted to have there be a future scene where Dudley and Kitty are now old and have grandkids, that would be good too. And I know what you're thinking. Well, what about Becky and Daisy? Would they be bad guys too? And to that, my answer would be no. I think that Becky and Daisy were each only meant to be one-off characters, which they were. So it's unlikely either one of them would have been mentioned in the final episode where Eric is revealed to be a villain. Also, in my fanfiction, I had a headcanon made about Daisy. I won't give too much away, but I think I'd like to have her explain it herself. In order to avoid this spoiler for the fanfiction, skip to the time that shows up on the screen. Anyway, Daisy, is there something you'd like to explain to the audience?
I am not an egghead. I am well read.
There you have it, folks. You can go now. Kitty said she wanted to get married to Eric until Doom Us Part, but Dudley never mentioned Becky at all in that episode. Also, Eric showed up, but Becky didn't. So I think that Becky was just meant for that one episode and wasn't meant to be part of the plot in future episodes. I think that the reason Eric appeared so many times while Becky and Daisy didn't was because of the build up to the finale we never got. So Dudley would have a relationship with each of these girls, and then their relationships ends off screen with no explanation. Maybe in the finale, Dudley could have just said that none of the relationships he's had really worked out for him. So, I'm real sorry, Eric, but there are more fans who ship Kitty with Dudley than they do with you. Right, Renee?
Yes.
I understand. The important thing is that you're happy.
We are very happy with our opinion, and it will never, ever change. You're not a good water delivery guy, but maybe you'll do better at selling bread. And I am sure some of you are going to say, well, in Nuts and Bolts, Dudley saw the future that Kitty would get married to Eric. And to that, I'm going to say that if that did turn out to be the case, I don't think that the marriage would stick for very long. Because Kitty and Eric do not really know each other, and Kitty has been working with Dudley more than she has been interacting with Eric. So it's quite possible that if they did get married, they probably would divorce very soon after. And I can pretty much guarantee you that if Butch Hartman had a poll between whether Kitty should go with Dudley or Eric, Dudley definitely would have won the poll. So thank you all for showing up to this video. I thank you for watching, and I hope you will all join me for when I roast the anti-Q Ranger lies and rumors.
I need a burger in my belly right now.
When do we get the free food?
Right, the cheer bunnies will take you to the buffet. I'm feeling a bit sorry for Eric though, even though I think the show would have ended better if he was revealed as a villain. Hiya, Renee. Why don't we go and see how Eric is doing?
We're on it.
Okay.
Great, let's go.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
Oh, there you are, Eric. I would really like to have dinner with you sometime.
Oh, well, would you look at that? Becky found him.
Makes sense, though.
Oh my.
Do you think we should encourage them to go out together?
I don't know.
Becky, he'd love to go out with you.
Well, now that we've gotten that out of the way,
We can now join the others for the food. Let's go.